Hi everybody!
Hi guys!
Hi!
Welcome back to our channel. I don't think we did any of the make sure you like, comment, subscribe, sign up to the Patreon, etc. last time, did we?
No.
It's a bit late now.
But we're doing it now for this one.
Yeah, so
You've
click
still got
like.
free choice in it.
Comment, like, subscribe, sign up to the Patreon.
But not the patriarchy.
I was thinking patriarchy!
So this is the season finale. We've reached the end.
Yeah! Can't believe this. I'm so excited. Because I've got no idea what's going to happen. Because there's no signposting, is there?
There was I think there was the episode before when Angel came to the library and saw Giles. I think that was setting it up almost.
Yeah.
And we've also got that little boy, the anointed thing.
Yes, exactly.
He's going to
What
be
else have we got?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah. Everyone looks like him in this programme, don't they? All the kids.
But I agree.
Two of them look like him.
Oh yeah, they both look the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say this was the mid-season replacement for a show I also used to watch called Savannah, which was a lot like Sunset Beach.
Oh my god, I remember Savannah!
Yeah. And Savannah...
I didn't know this replaced that.
Yeah, it got cancelled after the first season at the cliffhanger, and they brought in 12 episodes of this, so they made this compact so that it would work just as one season.
Whereas the other seasons are longer, right?
I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody. I'm just going to say what's happening right now, actually, Mark, and I don't want to go into that with you.
Do you know who we haven't seen for a while?
Jenny Calendar.
Jenny
Mummy.
Calendar. Joyce.
Yeah.
So the only thing
Jenny Calendar's only been in one episode.
Maybe she
maybe
made
she might
up.
come back.
I shouldn't be even knowing that she's ever going to come back.
I didn't say she comes back. I just said we haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah.
We've not seen Miss Miller for a while either.
Yeah.
Or now
Miss Miller was in the last episode.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
But I just want to say that it's been a really varied quality ride to this point. But I feel confident that we're gonna end in a really positive way here. Solid.
I thought Miss Miller was the best teacher they've ever had. I could not believe how many of the kids were putting their hands up for every question.
Yeah.
But the class was very small. So if you're going to teach in a private school, then that's what you get.
Right, should we watch it?
Yeah, I'm really sad though season 1 is ending.
I'm not. We've got 6 more seasons to go.
But I'm happy about it also, because season 1 is...
People say it's the worst season, right?
Well, yes, but also...
Do you think it's the worst season?
Yeah.
Because...
It's a trial. It's a trial at some points.
But also, because we've got this far, I also just want to point out that I don't think we would have got this far as a trio without your help, actually. So, I'm a quite lazy person.
So what we're going to do...
I don't like getting on the train. Don't interrupt me in the final episode. I'm not coming in. But thank you for your involvement through this series. We've really enjoyed getting to know you and expecting some kind of commentary from people.
So...
Some nice characters, some great feedback, some helpful advice. This has all been very experiential as a newbie to this.
So we want to announce that we're doing a tour of America, where most of our fans are.
Of Sunnydales.
And you're all welcome to come and see us.
It's $1,000 a show, so...
But you get meet and greet.
Yeah.
And you get free makeup.
And if you're a Patreon supporter, it's half price.
Yeah.
So that'll be $800.
Yeah. So totally worth it. But let's go into Prophecy Girl, guys.
Right, next. You need to press the thing, so I'm not doing it all myself. So click the Google Chrome.
Wow.
Very
Thanks for reminding me to do
No,
that.
the Google Chrome at the bottom.
This one.
That one.
Yeah.
Click it. Go to the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
Press play.
Yeah.
Now go full screen.
Would you, date me? Oh, that's good. Date me. It's terrible, right? Spring fling just isn't any dance. It's a time for students to choose a mate, and then we can observe their...
That's silly. Who would be out there?
If you have to ask, it's Buffy.
Uh-oh.
Look at her face.
Remember at the beginning of the season when they would poof,
They did in the first episode.
Did they?
Yeah, I know. You said that they didn't, but they did. I'm sure they did. Maybe it was the HD version that they did. Maybe they didn't originally.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Are
yes.
we watching the wrong version?
Master.
So antagonistic.
Right.
I don't care anymore.
Master. Right.
They're taking their time.
Get out!
Run! Kristen Sumner's in it. Rebecca Mort's in it.
Oh!
Who's Rebecca Lamore?
Miss Calendar.
Yeah.
Miss Jenny
Oh.
Calendar.
Biology's nobody's worst subject, though.
No, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's boring.
You can't escape biology.
It's too many
I don't
facts.
feel that boring covers it.
Xander, you're one of my best friends. You and Willow.
Well, Willow's not looking to date you. Or if she is, she's playing pretty close to the chest.
I don't want to spoil the friendships that we have.
I don't want to spoil it either.
I mean, he could have chosen a better outfit to ask her out in. It would have upped his chances.
Yeah!
Come after Sunday. See you.
Look, she's so sassy.
She's gonna give him Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna give him a cellular.
It's just like the one you were yesterday, when they were uglier.
Oh, Aura needs help moving the coolers.
Is that a different guy to the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Percy.
Well, bring everything to the grounds, and I'll meet you there in the morning.
But is he the guy that was in the car with her?
Please, why are you so sweet?
I don't know. I'm usually mean as a snake.
Oh, I don't know.
Because I thought the one in the car was the same one from the last episode.
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning. Hello.
She's such a slut.
Outfit.
No, you don't.
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
I need a favor.
Sure.
Great. Tomorrow at 10?
Sure.
Oh, they've got such a nice friendship now.
Well, at least they're talking.
Yeah.
We can go.
That jacket is awful.
Well,
I know,
we'll
right?
We'll dance. We'll.
At least
Go
he's
wild.
wearing dandruff.
What do you say?
No.
Good.
It's probably the worst outfit he's worn in the entire season.
Do they?
Yeah, and he chose that to be the one he asked her out in. It's dumb. Yeah.
Look at that lovely back wing lapel.
Oh.
Will you train her? Or will they send someone else?
Off you.
To say I was gonna kill me? Kill her? Don't touch me! Quit.
It's not that simple.
I'm making it that simple.
I would.
I quit. I resign. I'm fired. You can find someone else to stop the master from taking over. Read me the signs. Tell me my fortune. You're so useful sitting here with all of your books. You're really a lot of help.
It's interesting she did that because I was going to ask a question about her cross, but I think I'll wait till the end of the episode. Remind me I said that. I really like that.
Yeah, it was a
Because
good scene.
I don't want her to be like this heroic person that will
No,
just,
she's
like
only
it's-
16.
she's realistically she wouldn't be like.
Yeah.
It's just right.
Yeah.
We can talk about all the embarrassing things you love to bring up.
You know the gallery's open on weekends.
Mom, please.
Joyce.
Isn't it fun tomorrow?
Tell her the truth.
Spring fling, whatever they call me.
Oh.
I saw you eyeing it at the store. I figured,
Well, we
Oh.
can't afford this.
the way you've been eating, you can afford it.
It's beautiful.
Good dress.
I think you should wear it.
She's redeemed herself.
Oh,
Didn't she, old
Well,
Joyce?
she didn't need
Never
to
down
do it.
though.
No.
Choice. It's a lot.
You do what you want.
That's not cute. That's annoying. I'm annoyed.
I'm furious.
Man, I don't know why we put up with him.
I hear you.
Obviously, Kevin has underestimated the power of my icy stare.
It does look a bit like a wedding dress, to be fair though.
That's what I thought. It's very bridal.
There's something on the news. Willow. Promise me you'll stay in tonight, okay?
She won't.
Buffy. I like your dress.
Yeah, the part that gets me though is where Buffy is the vampire slayer. She's so little.
Brother Lucas, yeah?
You're still not going up against the master.
I've made up my mind.
So have I.
I made up mine first. I'm older and wiser than you. Just do what you're told for once.
Do it together.
Alright? There's nothing you can say will change my mind.
They're like daddy and
I
daughter.
know.
Oh my god.
She's so little
Oh
though.
my god, he sold that fall so well.
Yeah, that slow move.
Wave
Yeah.
there. Lovely work.
Hero.
Yeah, it's good because you know I said I like the other scene where she wasn't the hero, but I like the fact she went through that whole journey to be the hero as well, rather than just automatically doing it.
And if it's her destiny, I guess she would die regardless.
You little piece of work, you've been around for like 10 episodes and you haven't even washed that fucking jacket.
That's the piece of work. That's the thing that makes him a piece of work.
Little
He's evil.
shit. That Greek tragic hair, look.
And the walk is quite Greek tragic.
Yeah,
And they have water in Greece.
yeah.
They do, yeah.
You're a good girl.
I said a thing.
I'm so proud of you.
No, I'm not going to be the Greek idiot.
Look at this here.
Oh, look who it is.
KD Lang fucking off again.
KD Lang.
You say.
That's Lisa Loeb.
Yeah, that's the song.
I say I missed you.
What's Katie Lang did?
I don't know, lesbian song.
Constant craving.
Good. The feeble banter portion of the fight. Why don't you just cut this in?
The feeble banter portion. I've mentioned that before with her.
What?
She always has feeble banter before she has a fight.
Just keep your distance, pal. I wasn't looking at you.
No, I said she does it too.
Yeah, you said.
He told me to eat before he left.
Oh
They're
no.
not going to the bronze.
Hold on.
Oh.
my goodness.
Oh no! Buffy told you to stay home, Willow.
Think about that. Oh, God. The power. Now,
Why are they coming here?
Don't carry. Get in!
Yes!
breathe.
Oh.
I was sitting with Ted and I in the park and all of a sudden these things are coming at me.
Ah!
What do I do now? Gotta get
Now, driving school has paid off Cordelia. It's
Love
exactly
it.
the same!
She was terrible last
Good
time.
girl!
Yeah!
Cordelia has got previous in this. So good.
Let's go.
The scan on my teeth is coming really handy.
Oh my god!
Yeah! Yeah! Oh my god, so good!
I love the use
That's
of that.
such a
music.
great scene.
Yeah, it's the first time they've ever used it in an episode, right?
Yeah.
Vampires off me.
Right.
Oh my god, no. Ooh.
the tourists.
You laugh and what hell is on earth?
You're that amped about hell? Go there.
Oh!
Wow, that's so bad.
You got a bit lucky there.
He's not going anywhere.
I'm really, really hungry.
You seem over it.
Don't know where, dude.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
No, I think you should go first.
Why?
I'm thinking.
I went first last time.
Well, you go first.
I'm not ready. I've got. There's too much.
He's
my
a
God.
reflective
Okay, well, I'll go
person.
first.
Because I think
I've always really liked the episode. I think it's a great season finale. I think it would have worked really well on its own. I love the bit where they play the theme tune when they're
It was
walking
really
through.
cute, yeah.
I love that everyone got a part and everyone got involved.
Yeah, it was
And I
good.
thought it was a great summative,
Assessment?
assessment of of the whole show. And I also thought there were lots of emotional moments that didn't need to be there for the average show, but were there for this show, including the idea about your destiny and your fate and death.
I thought it was really powerful. I think I completely agree with you. Like the addition of like some strong emotional content at the beginning, like carries the whole. of that
There was
episode.
loads, wasn't there?
Because I think it really like raises your feeling of like I want these people to be protected.
And survive.
I don't want any of these relationships to die. So even like the suggestion of relationships breaking, like right at the beginning, just on the basis of I fancy you, like that was a really clever thing to do because it adds a degree of like a degree of peril on a like very basic emotional level. Because you're right, if it was just peril in an end of the world kind of level, that's almost too big on its own.
Yeah.
It's too big a concept to
You
pull
want
off
to think about their relationships
very
too.
tidily in the end of an episode. I would say that if your favourite scene was the walking through scene, my favourite scene is when she turns up like Helen of Troy, like with her hair and the beauty and like the strength that she has. It was such a great reference, I think, even if it was like kind of unintentional. I don't think it would have been unintentional. That is like, I am a heroine.
Yeah.
So she's finally arrived as Buffy, the heroic figure, and I thought that was beautiful.
I really liked it. I thought it was one of the strongest episodes in the season, and
Yeah.
I agree. I like the fact that everyone was in it and everyone had their part to play, and
Jenny Calendar just turned up for the ending.
Yeah.
I want to go as well.
I thought that. What did I like about it? I don't know. I just thought they got the level of peril just right all the way through. You always felt like there was this threat all the way through the episode, and obviously it got higher and higher stakes as the episode went on. I wanted to ask that question about the crucifix, right? So she has a crucifix around her neck, and I just found that interesting because obviously in like old-fashioned horror, in like Dracula and everything, it's all about, you have the faith in your crucifix and and she has a crucifix, and I kind of only noticed it this episode. I think she maybe had it before, but
it burned Angel's chest.
It made a big
when they kissed
but it made a big point of it this episode. Every scene she had it, and then she didn't have it when she threw it down, and then she had it again. And but interestingly, the show has never mentioned Christianity ever, and I wonder if it's supposed to be that you have to be religious to have that, but they never mention it.
No, I really think it's just the mythology about that the sign of the cross is a sign against evil. So I don't think it's meant to be Christian. But I agree, it did come up a lot in that episode. But I also think that was sort of almost the things she has to protect her are very sparse. And when Xander held it, it seems like for me that sometimes the cross is a big deal. Like for Angel, it was in that scene, but sometimes it isn't. It's like when Drusilla saw it earlier episode, like she didn't care at all. Like, Drusilla, sorry,
yeah,
what's her name?
The blonde girl.
Julie Benz, Julie Benz, Darla. When she saw it, she didn't care. So, but
maybe it depends on their own belief system.
Actually, maybe that's true. Yeah. But I also thought if that was going to be the end, that would be a nice wrap up of the show.
Yeah, definitely. Like that would have worked as an ending.
And then you'd be wondering, like, oh, what would happen afterwards?
You would wonder who got with who and things like that as well. At the end.
Yeah. I think what's quite like odd about like the end of that series is just the because we've talked about all the way through this like weird lack of quality control and the lack of coherence like in the whole of the first season. That some of it's so good and hangs together so well, and then other parts, especially watching these final like 3 episodes, some of the rest of it I'm like, but how did we get from here to here?
I think that's quite normal in TV shows, though, especially in their first seasons. Right? I think it's really common that you have episodes where you go, oh, I'm not sure if I can deal with this program, and then you have episodes where you're like, this is amazing.
Some of them were so like peripheral and made no contribution. And then sometimes it felt like... So the only thing I would say is that maybe that the ending feels like a slightly hurried, because you could have done maybe some of that setting up in the previous episode. That would be my only criticism, is that you could have started that sense of peril.
They did, though. They did when Angel came to the library with Giles. That was the setup.
But it wasn't perilous.
It's not sufficient.
I hear what Ashley's saying.
But if you watch it a second time, it is perilous.
But you can't base it on watching it a second time, because when people watched it the first time, they watched it the first time.
Is that my 17th time?
Yeah. So I'll just say, from a novice point of view, that would be the only way I think that I would have connected the final 2 episodes, which is very often what happens in like a long serial or a drama.
But the last 2 episodes definitely.
The breadcrumbs that you've been looking for suddenly become like mini baguettes, and then at the end it's like a whole bakery.
In that defense, though, I would say that actually rewatching it now, there are a lot of little breadcrumbs that would lead you right to the end. So it's better writing than you might give it credit for.
Like Cordelia and her driving.
Well, exactly.
What? No, oh my god, that's
love
so
that
true,
foreshadowing.
Where actually, that's the thing that saves 2 of the major characters.
Yeah. So that's good, isn't it?
But yeah,
they did weave some of that through.
It is true. I don't. It's about whether it's intentional or not. Like whether they intentionally did things or whether they reacted to it.
I have a question, but you can't answer it.
Yeah.
And actually, probably Ashley can't answer it either, because you've seen towards the end of the season.
But
my question, my unanswerable question is, they said that she died, but I'm like, did she die, or did she do that thing that, when humans don't actually die, but they nearly died? And I don't know if she's dead or not. Is she undead? Like, that's my question. But
was she like sighted?
They mentioned it more than once that she died tonight. And
well, she made the comment that she felt stronger.
Yeah. So I was like, is she like now a different?
No, she got a puncture, but then who else got a puncture? Her mum, and her mum doesn't seem to have had any adverse impact, apart from maybe different choice of aubergine outfit in one episode, and then it
was a very nice one.
Yeah, and then concentrating again on like gallery openings again. So
she's back to weekend working.
Yeah, she's hard working. I've had to do work this morning actually, so I know what Joyce has been going through.
I love the scene where she overhears Angel and Giles talking about her destiny. Like, you started crying, and I agree with you. It's really intense.
Is that your second time you've cried in this show?
Yeah.
Well done.
It won't be the last.
No, I don't imagine it will be, but I think what you said earlier about people's fate and people's destiny. So destiny's often treated as this like glorious thing, whereas actually in this instance, like fate, again, classical reference, it's a terrible tragedy that she's been given this role, this gift that she can't escape from, and it's a bit like I was thinking as I was watching it, it reminds me of how like Mary off of like Mary and Jesus. She also has this like
Mary and Jesus.
That show in the Bible, from the Bible.
Yeah, that
the Rise of the Bible.
Yeah.
So,
but
show.
Mary has this. She has the same thing. She has this like unfortunately glorious yet like fateful destiny that like she has no choice in. And so I think, so I don't know if there's really a parallel there, but I just think it's interesting that like I feel the tragedy more than the heroism of Buffy's fate at this point.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
So I haven't been to Sunday school recently, but if anyone is looking for speakers with a contemporary viewpoint, what a great series! Actually, let's just like wrap it up a bit. But what a great series, variable quality.
Those two statements don't quite.
But that's it. But that's the whole first season, isn't it? Amazing, and yet quite doesn't really fit together.
I really liked the first season on the whole.
How many
but it's interesting, like that whole. Oh, sorry, we'll come to that in a sec. But like, it's interesting, like you've cried a couple of times, whatever. I've never felt anywhere near crying. I've obviously been reacting to The Handmaid's Tale, and I've cried like 4 or 5 times watching that in the first 6 or 7 episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm not even being close to crying in this.
I think they're very different shows, though.
Yeah, but very different. But I don't feel that emotional connection that you're feeling.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it a lot,
Yeah.
but I've not felt any of that emotional connection.
Yeah, but I get triggered by things like relationships or realizations, or it's not so much. It has to be about like a thing that is happening, but it's always about how somebody feels. Like I'm just, like a huge empath.
I think you will cry on this show, at least.
I'm sure I will, but at the moment I'm not feeling that.
You don't feel.
Oh, how many sex did you give this episode?
8.
That's a lot.
Wow, yeah. I'll go with 9, actually.
I'll give it 9 as well.
I thought you both might put 9.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I give 9 as well?
Can I just say something about that? I think overall it's the best, maybe the best episode. I wouldn't say it's my favourite episode, but I think for the purpose of the story, it's probably
it's where everything comes together. Isn't it?
Nightmare
Yeah, totally.
and this one. Best episodes of the season.
Yeah,
my
but there were another one
favourite
really.
personally is
Witch
still
we
Witch.
liked a lot.
Witch is my favourite by far, just on a personal level. But those two are the best episodes.
I can't
for me.
remember what I marked them, but I think Nightmares was my favourite.
Really good.
I think.
Wow.
I really liked the opening episode as well, actually.
Yeah, I haven't seen the first 2.
Yeah.
But
I really
Really
liked
do.
Welcome to Hellmouth. Thought it was a really good intro to the whole thing.
And Witch.
And I really like first episodes of shows
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, you said that.
Whereas lots of people
Yeah.
don't. I always really like first episodes. I like that first meeting of everyone where you don't know a single person
that's
yet.
how things happen.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. And lots of people are like, oh, it's a bit slow to get started. All in lots of shows. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I really enjoy that.
Can I just ask you though? So for season 2, episode 1, what you haven't seen it? So what do you think is going to happen?
I'm assuming it's going to be quite setting up a completely new thing, but I don't,
So still in school, or
Oh, still in school, right?
what do you think?
I assumed it was.
Well, what happened in Sailor Moon is that they all forgot, so they all their memories all got wiped. So I think season 2 would have like some kind of like reset.
I
think what might happen is that they all go to like a gallery opening, and
This is your dream.
With
and
Joyce.
And Joyce is doing a lecture, and then like someone picks up an artifact, and then someone accidentally knocks that artifact over, and then everything starts again.
Well, you're both wrong, because actually Joyce becomes the central protagonist of the whole show, as you all know. Because Joyce
the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I think
Featuring Jenny Calendar on a remix.
I have this weird thing in my head where I know it's 7 seasons long, but I kind of assume they're all at school for the whole 7 years. But
maybe they are.
You know what I mean? Where they just don't really age.
Past the
exams.
Yeah.
I don't know if that.
Joyce.
Well, in Dawson's Creek, they went to university, didn't they?
I didn't watch
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek. Like we talked for ages, so we should probably go. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want to see the full-length reactions, then sign up to my Patreon.
Have a nice summer.
Detailed down below. Yeah.
Have a nice summer.
Have a nice summer.
Have a nice Joyce summer.
Yeah, have a nice Joyce summers. Thank you, everyone, for everything you've done for us this year. I've really enjoyed it.
We're going to be back next week, so...
next week. I don't
Bye.
know why he's doing this.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Press stop.
I'll do
Press
it.
stop.
I don't trust